Hi, good evening. My name is Mdongas Kumbozo, a professional journalist who is also a PR practitioner. I think we need to have a serious conversation about how the media constructs and reinforce the beauty standard in the media for women. So the purpose of this video is to create a media campaign where we'll unpack the decolonizing of beauty standard in the media by critically analyzing the case study of Clicks and Tresemme that was published about 5 years ago. I'm not sure if you still remember this one, but in that advert they actually showed a black woman with the text saying that their hair is damaged and dry, while in the next picture showed the white woman's hair as fine and normal. So there was a lot of backlash on social media about this advert. People interpreted it as racism. So in this video, I will therefore talk about decolonizing the beauty standard and also hear the voices of women that are using long hair extensions to actually get their opinion about what is their understanding about this term of decolonization. Okay, so before we go further to talk about decolonizing the beauty standard, I think it would be very important to first understand the term of decolonization. So to unpack the term of decolonization, I think we first have to understand what is colonialism and what is coloniality, because there's a difference between the two. So colonialism is actually the appropriation of land and mineral resources, but there are also other scholars who suggested that colonialism also includes the appropriation of culture, knowledge and identity. And for the purpose of this video, I'll focus on the appropriation of identity, as I'll be speaking about the decolonizing of the beauty standard. And coloniality is therefore talking about the legacy of apartheid or the legacy of colonialism, and then decoloniality then speak to the disrupting of the legacy of apartheid or disrupting coloniality. So now that I've unpacked what is colonialism, what is coloniality and what is decolonialism, I think it will be safer to then move on to start the narrative of decolonizing the beauty standard.
What comes to my mind is that us as black women should embrace and accept ourselves the way we are. We shouldn't try to change our appearance to fit in with the image that has been created for us, or the expectation that has been created for us. With that being said, you should embrace your bald hair, your short hair, short dyed hair, your frizzy hair, your dry hair, because that's who you are. That determines who you are actually. It's what you grew up with. It runs in your generation, it runs in your line. So you shouldn't change it.
Hi, my name is Mobile Ele. To just touch on a few things around, black identity, hair products, things like that. So basically, wearing long hair. I'm wearing long hair currently. This is not mine, I'm actually wearing a wig. I do have long hair, however, but for whether I am for it or what's my perspective of it, I do use the products. I relax my hair, I have straight hair. From a very young age, I've actually had straight hair. I think from a time where my mother was even able to recognize the fact that, I am ready to have chemicals on my hair, I started relaxing my hair.
According to Motseki study in 2018, he suggested that we need to stop relaxing our young girls as young as 3 years old, because hair is a marker for identity. By erasing the texture of their hair, we're also erasing their identity.
Okay, so my opinion based on the Clicks advertisement, I find it racist because just because my hair is black, that it doesn't mean that my hair is damaged and dry. And whether you are white or black, we all need a shampoo to wash and maintain our hair. And another thing, just because our hair is not silk and long, that doesn't mean there is something wrong about our hair, but in fact that's what makes us unique. And regardless of our hair type, we all need a shampoo to wash our hair.
There were parts in my life whereby I didn't feel like I fitted into the mainstream beauty standards. Growing up, I wasn't really comfortable with my body and how I appeared. I used to be very skinny and very light, very pale. So when I see girls in the magazines or TV, they're not that pale as me and they're nice and fuller in the body. Growing up, I understood that the beauty of a woman lies on their appearances, right? So beautiful women to me had boobs, had bums, had nice hair, nice long hair, makeup, and all that. So sometimes I didn't feel like I actually do fit in, and yeah, I would say that did make me not have confidence in myself, in my appearance.
Coloniality is also embedded to the rising of celebrity influences. With a dominant white racial identity, others call it race hegemony. So according to Chiumbu 2022, he defined this term of race hegemony as when there's a dominant race at the top, dominant in terms of economy, in terms of power, culture, knowledge, and identity. And white people are dominant in all of the above. So what also happened with the rising of celebrity influencers is the intra-discrimination, where these white companies will pick a black influencer or a black model to perpetuate the same message that have embedded racism. But because it's black women that were now sharing these messages, people will not interpret that as racism. But if you go deeper, what Joel Howe talk about the embedded racism, the connotative reading, and see who is actually sponsoring these women or celebrity influencers to share these messages about women that give assurance to long hair extension, you actually see that there's still a long way to go.
If your hair looks good, you feel good. So I think with the same with the extensions and the weaves that we wear, it's not because we are entirely changing what we come across as, but I feel like it's just, you're just enhancing what's already there. For me, I don't know about other females. All the chemicals at the end of the day, to some extent, I'm sure, have an effect, whether good or bad, on us black females. So it's not to say we will stop using them, we'll continue using them. I mean, guys, we're in the 21st century. Everything just looks good. You want to feel good, and the way you're going to feel good is if you have good hair. So for me, because I have straight hair, I always feel good in my hair. I always feel good having long extensions in my hair. Not to say that I'm uncomfortable with showing off my hair, I am, but it's like, it's a job. It takes up a lot of your time to just get ready in the morning. For instance, if you go out with friends, some outfits just don't look good with just your natural hair, unless if you are going to do a high cute bun, and you know. So really, it's just convenience. The products that are out there, they say they have improved, but you know, we're not all the same kind.
So in closing, I would like to say, as Steve Biko said, the most powerful weapon in the hands of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed. So in decolonizing the beauty standard, I think we need to find our true identity. We need to be confident in ourselves. So the main essence of decolonization is not to compete with other races, but is to disrupt the devaluing of other racial identity. In this case, where we're speaking about the Black women identity.